Yeah.
Fuck. Should we take turns?
We're going to. Hey, you thought we did it? That one video?
Yeah. I didn't check my face, right? Just one video.
What my plan was, and I was going to record it from there. I'm going to talk mainly out of there and shoot video with my phone.
Is it recording or what, man?
Yeah, it is. Not right now, though. I'm going to edit it all out. It's not right now.
That's how they do it.
Alright.
Well, let me know when you're done and I'll hit it up too.
Is it on?
The last part, but it
Big ass news.
fucked up.
Alright, my name is Thomas Fields. Get ready to show you how we're going to recycle the air conditioning system here. Basically, we're going to pull everything out. We're going to check everything, use all the numbers to verify that the system is complete and the system is charged properly. At that point, this machine filters and recycles out any impurities and puts the fluid back in. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start and show you what we got going on. Service hoses. Blue line low side, red line high side. Hot, cold, high, low. You kind of get the gist. These are already closed and backed out, twisted to the left on both of them, all the way closed. When we put these on, screw them in, that'll tighten them down. These are quick release service valves. These are all standard. They're supposed to be a certain standard that all AC equipment meets, and these are part of it. Alright, so all that being said, we're going to come up here. We're going to find our high and low service ports. On this truck, it's pretty easy. They're right next to each other, and I don't know if you can see, but on here, both of these are going to be two completely different sizes. As you can tell, you can kind of just look and see that they're two completely different sizes. Very hard to mix up and confuse the lines, but that's why they're two different sizes. So my blue one, a little smaller, got it in there. Red one, a little bit bigger, got them in there. Now they're closed at this point in time, but when I go and I'm going to start my machine, cool thing about this machine is it pretty much tells you exactly what to do. I'm going to go ahead and press recycle on here. It's going to say check the oil level and adjust, and I would check the oil level in my compressor up here. This one, there's looks like right there at the top, there's a service access point, and I would use a dipstick, or I would look up the specifications on this compressor and figure out why and how I'm supposed to check the oil on this one. For demonstration purposes, we have already checked the oil. We know this is a good system, and we're just going to basically show you how to hook up, evacuate, and recycle this system. Yet again. So we're going to go ahead and tell this machine that we've already done stuff. We're going to say continue or yes. It's going to say connect the hoses and open valves. So opening the valves, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn these. Now, I don't want to turn it to our Hercules tight it. When I feel it completely closed, I usually just back it off a tiny bit. So that way I'm not jamming up. As the temperature changes, these threads, see, I tightened it all the way up, and then I'm going to back it off just a little bit. Now, I know they're completely open, and we're going to go, and we're going to touch start on this. Alright. Clearing in process, please wait. We'll see you in a few. Alright, the machine I just showed you, it states that it's clearing. Well, what it's doing is it's making sure all the air is out of these lines, and then we don't introduce air and foreign moisture to the system. I'm going to go over, it's making some noise now, and I'm going to check and see what this machine is telling me is next. Alright, so recycle is in progress. It's measuring the amount of fluid it's going to be pulling in. The most important thing about this right now is it's doing its deal is that nobody touches this machine. The scale and everything, all the sensors on this can and will be messed up by the slightest bump. We've been informed that even the fan off of a running truck could potentially screw this machine up. Very sensitive, very light, easy machine. We'll watch and see what she does. Right here where you see the 0.4, that's how much it's pulled in. How much Freon it's actually taken back in from the truck. And it's going to continue to go up until it goes through its whole process. Cool thing about an automatic machine is it's automatic. And there's your pressures. Just showing you some progress. Yep. Good. Alright, so here we go. It's clearing again. It's just making sure everything's out of the lines. It's going to tell me exactly what needs to happen as soon as it's done clearing. It just went through and it recovered all the refrigerant out of this system. At this point, we are going to wait and see what it says. And right here. Cycling complete. It's telling me how much it pulled out. 2.6 pounds. It says check oil in the bottle. That's the bottle it's talking about. Because most systems, you will end up replacing what you put back in the bottle. Or what was put in the bottle. You will replace that back into the system when you go to refill everything. So at that point, I'm going to press stop to end. Now it says weight 2.8 pounds. Automatic. Now we're going to check that on here. It says 2 pounds, 14 ounces. So 2.8 is about spot on. And then all we're going to do is press start. I went through a whole rundown of everything that was supposed to happen. And on that machine, it tells me that I'm supposed to select, the amount of refrigerant going in is 2.8. The amount of refrigerant taken out is 2.6. And then to check the oil level is just a series of questions. So we went back on the automatic again, and now it's back to doing its process. Alright, I'm going to jump in here and let you know what's going on. Right now, it's pulled everything out. It's cleared the system, made sure there was no air in before it evacuated the system. Now, it has put it under its own vacuum via the computer, and the computer is giving me a time frame. It's actually going to hold that vacuum and make sure that the system has no leaks. It'll tell me if it detects a leak or if the pressure drop was too rapid. Or if there's pressure drop in there, could be because of moisture or any other kind of contaminants that don't belong. Other than that, it says I got about 8 minutes and 50 seconds left right now. After that, I'll get back with you guys and we'll continue on with the process on what's going on. Alright, so right now it's clearing again before it puts all the Freon back in. It just did a leak test. And now it's going to go ahead and start putting the Freon back in. Here's the clearing. There's time left, and now it's actually going to put it in a vacuum. It's got it in a vacuum, and it's telling me what it's holding it at right now. 10 minutes, it'll be in a vacuum. Alright, so right now it's clearing again before it puts all the Freon back in. It just did a leak test. And now it's going to go ahead and start putting. Alright, so now that everything's completed, we're going to go ahead and double check, make sure it doesn't have to put anything back into the system. We had to step away for lunch. Cool thing about these machines is you can leave them where they were at. So we're going to figure out where we were at. Then we're going to go ahead and see what steps we need to take next. Alright, so this is showing how much has been charged in it and how much is recovered. We're at a good point, so we're going to go ahead and continue here. And we're going to evacuate the hoses. You'll watch these pressures drop. And it tells you, disconnect the high side and start the AC and turn it to max. So I'm going to come up here. And I disconnected the high side. I'm going to set it over here. We're going to walk over to the truck. We're going to turn this thing on. And we're going to put the air conditioning in the system to max AC. And because I'm doing this by myself, I'm going to have to do it and then run all the way back over and talk to the machine here. So this being an automatic, the cool thing is I can just turn my key and make sure that the power is on. Which on this truck is... Hold on one second, I gotta find the power switch. Hey, where's the power switch for this? It's got a master power switch. Which part?
What's that?
Where's the master power switch?
The power switch.
There's a master power kill on that.
Goofy buy the batteries.
Nah, it's a real one right here.
On that side. Is it on?
It should be, but you don't have to start that shit to do that shit though, anyway.
Yeah, I gotta do the, what you call it?
Huh?
I gotta do the AC, take the hose off.
You
Huh?
don't have to start it. You don't have to start it.
How am I not starting? It tells me to on the machine. To start it, I'm purging the line.
Oh, did
It says turn your AC on the truck to max right now.
Really? I don't know that. I didn't know that shit. I'm trying not to, sir. I'm trying to follow your lead, but it's hard, man. It's hard. You can't walk around and look like you're doing something.
Now, why am I still having no power? Are you guys doing something on this?
You're right. I thought you were talking about something else, man. You're right. You're done.
There we go.
All right.
Now we can start. AC on max. Make sure it's recirculate. Then I come back over here after deal on these blast. Right now I got the AC running. It says disconnect. So I'm gonna press continue. Equalizing the hoses. You'll watch the change here in a second. Now, disconnect the low side, then shut off the engine. Nothing escaped at that point. Now just go shut the truck off. And that was a proper way how to disconnect the hoses. Guaranteed absolutely no freon or any refrigerant escaped into the atmosphere. And that's via our emissions laws. Now I'm going to come over here and finish off on the machine. Now it's actually clearing these lines. Taking all the refrigerant out of these lines. And it'll hold to do the same test it did on the truck. Other than that, shut down on the machine would be pretty self-explanatory. You look at it, it's going to tell me to do one more thing. It's to fold up the lines, make sure that they're back seated and closed, and we'll go from there. All right, thank you.